Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about they're making the orders late. Man warns against Uber Eats after catching drivers in new scam. So a lot of people in the gig economy are talking about scams from the customer side and from the driver's side, as well as the merchants and other parties. But for this, we're going to be focusing more on the driver side. I'm not usually one to criticize drivers, but apparently this gentleman has been talking a little bit more about some of the more, I guess the word would be challenges with grouped gig workers. So with that said, we are talking about everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash UberEats and Grubhub drivers and customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. It's fair to say that Uber Eats has transformed the art of dining. After a long day's work, why bother cooking that leftover chicken when you could have something marginally more fresh brought to you by some stranger on a bicycle? Wow, why does that feel horribly written? Like that was intended to talk about how horrible Uber Eats was. Marginally more fresh, brought to you by some stranger on a bicycle. Not only is that condescending to gig workers in every way, but you're making it sound like the work that these restaurant owners do is not worth it either. Like, what the hell was that? I feel like there was some collateral damage across the board there. But this stranger on a bike may be giving you more than that hamburger you ordered over an hour ago. Alongside that now soggy burger, he may have also brought some insider scoop on the beloved food delivery service to the table. I don't care what anybody says. You'll learn more about the gig economy from an actual gig worker rather than some dipwad on the internet. And if that sounded condescending, it doesn't feel good on that side of it, does it? All jokes aside, though, I am interested in what he's got to say here. TikTok user Carl at Kingkarlemagne posted a video 2 days ago to share what he believed to have just witnessed as a takeout delivery scam, amassing over 201,800 views and 10,200 likes. The video shows Carl standing outside one Montreal restaurant. The things you do for content, huh? I'm going to leave his TikTok as well as his profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject.
I swear to God, I was just asking these three guys if they're doing Uber because they were just sitting outside a restaurant and they just moved to go to the other side of the street.
Imagine trying to relate to somebody while you're waiting for food and seeing that you guys have something in common, and their response is to literally just cross the street and get as far away from you as possible. I don't care if you're hiding something or not. That's just hurtful, man. Why does that feel so offensive? Why do I sound so sensitive in this video all of a sudden? Like, come on, man up, Joe.
These guys right here. And I swear, it's a guy that, I thought it was a guy that I already seen. Now they're just sitting on the other side of the street. But it's a guy that already told me what they're doing, and they're making the orders late. They can drive a $3 order up to $50.
Okay, look, I am all for the concept that Uber Eats is really not actually doing the right thing and paying us properly, but gaming the system's only gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt anyone else. Like, what's gonna happen when these apps start to catch on to your nonsense, man? And then you release the order. What if you don't end up getting it? Like, what happens if you do that and you don't end up getting the order?
Because they're making the orders late. What you do with Uber is you go to the restaurant, you wait 10 minutes with the order, but you don't go inside. And then you cancel it, you get $3. You say that they didn't have it ready.
Yeah, you see, that's gonna bite you in the butt. You're literally wasting the amount of time it would take to get you to that restaurant, plus the amount of time it would take to actually wait for it so you could be eligible to do this. And then you go on to another restaurant and do the same thing. How much money are you losing trying to game the system like that? And you're not even guaranteeing that the pay is gonna make sense by the end of it all.
Then you have another phone and the order comes into that phone and you make that wait 10 minutes. then you get the $3 from that one and you say it wasn't ready. Meanwhile, the order's in the restaurant for 20 minutes.
You see, that's nonsense. Like, you get $6 and you wasted your time. Why would you do that to yourself? Not to mention, what if those two accounts get deactivated? Then what? What happens now? Also, what about all the restaurants that actually do the right thing by their drivers and customers? What if they actually do their job? Now they're being punished because you didn't want to pick up the order yourself, but you wanted to hold on to the order just to cancel it, just to hold on to it again, just to cancel it. Like, that's ridiculous. Everyone thinks that's ridiculous. Basically, as every order gets canceled by one driver, gets transferred to another driver in the nearby area. Then, according to Carl, the next driver will make more money than the first, causing both a massive delay in orders as well as the rise in overall cost. But really, you're only making $6 for 20 minutes worth of not work. Even if you did that $3 thing 6 times and everything worked out perfectly for you, right? Which it never really does. You're basically limiting yourself to 18 an hour. And that's not even accounting for how long you're driving or anything like that. That could very well just mean you're making less than minimum wage trying to game the system. Uber Eats addresses this issue on its website. Now, Uber Eats does have a slight cautionary note about this on their website. The company states that if an order takes more than 20 minutes than intended wait time, it may be time to ask for a refund. If you have concerns about the status of your order, please reach out to us for support. For orders arriving 20 plus minutes past estimated delivery time range, we may provide a refund or issue Uber credits depending on the delay when you contact our support team. I mean, all that's going to do is reduce the order flow from that person. The customer's going to have a really bad experience. The restaurant's going to have a really bad experience, and Uber Eats is going to take the whole blame. Again, should they be paying us better anyway? Yes. That doesn't mean they're going to.
Yeah, so they moved to the other side of the street. And they were like so sus, bro. Uber? No. Why do you have 3 grown men in a car with phones? It says Uber on the back of your car. Oh my God, bro.
Saying that you had 3 grown men in the car doesn't really say a whole lot. Yeah, they could all be driving on their own, but at the same time, I've seen plenty of situations where 3 dudes are in a car. Saying that Uber's on the back of your car, that's a dead giveaway. You did that to yourself. You could also have the plausible deniability of one of those are a passenger or 2 of those are passengers, but either way.
I swear to God, I just saw an order for like $8 and it just went up. Oh my God, dude. Bro, I just got an order for like $20 or something, like $17 from here.
Oh, okay, so it's actually increasing the order value, but that doesn't mean it's right. That doesn't mean that's a way to go about it.
I just got an order for like $20 from this place, bro. Yeah, dude. Like, I just saw one 2 seconds ago for like $7, and now it came in for like 17, bro. Oh my God, dude, I can't wait. Dude. Wait, what? Wait. These guys are like scattering. These guys are like running a fucking CIA operation, bro. It's so funny, dude.
I feel like you were just looking to pick a fight at that point. Like, sure, I guess they're caught now, right? Are you an investigative reporter? What's going on here? I'm not saying, like, they shouldn't be reprimanded for their actions. They absolutely should be. But what position do you have to accomplish that? You're just making a TikTok? That doesn't have the same effect as everyone thinks it does.
How much that one? How much?
This one?
Yeah, how much?
$20.
$20, bro? Oh, wow. $20, that's good. That's really good, actually.
Yeah, it's a solid order. I just did a $20 order today, and a lot of it was tips. So either way, it's a solid order.
So he was parked like right here, but he moved across the street, directly across the street, and then he felt weird moving there, so he went down a bit, and people are honking at him right now. And the two guys are sitting outside the car, bro. I don't know why they got outside the car. They have to get back in. Oh, probably because they're gonna stay here outside the restaurant and just wait and do the scam.
Yeah, but do you realize how much time that's gonna take? Like, really think about this. How much time are you committing to this scam to where you are literally trying to increase the value of the order when you could just be doing the orders yourself or be doing other kind of work? This is a waste of time. Like, I love how people are trying so hard to find ways to game the system, but in reality, you could be committing that time to so many other more valuable things.
This is good. I mean, it just bigged up my order like so hard, dude. It just, because they're running the scam thing, it like went up, dude. It went up.
Viewers weigh in on the scam. So people get old food and the restaurant gets a bad rating. What a fulfilling way to make money, one commenter states. Okay, first off, the whole fulfillment thing, I'll tell you right now, a lot of us are in it for the money, so that's not really an argument that's going to apply to the gig economy. But yeah, I do not agree with the idea of forcing an order to be late and get a restaurant a bad rating, especially if they're a good restaurant that treats people right. If it's a bad restaurant and they've already earned a bad reputation, I'm not going to feel as bad. I still don't think it's right, but I'm not going to feel as bad. But what about the restaurants that actually do right by their drivers? Now suddenly they're going to be the people that don't do right by their drivers because this is what they're doing. This is universal accountability. It's not just about the customers, it's about the drivers, it's about the restaurants, it's about the platform itself. There are so many other factors in this. Tell the restaurant staff because they'll get bad reviews, another commenter mentions.
Oh, yo. Are you guys here a lot? Because then I'll come here, bro.
Who are you?
The Canteen Amelia.
Who are you?
What do you mean? Who am I?
Yeah, go.
What did you guys get out of the car for?
Go.
Go what? They're scamming Uber. They got out of the car because they're doing a thing, bro. Now they're very like sus on me. I was just asking them because I've talked to another guy and they told me what he was doing. And I thought it was the same guy. I thought it was my friend. But then when I went to talk to him, he's being all weird. He tried to switch it to me like, what are you up to today? Oh, you doing Uber? Oh, yeah? You're on a bicycle? Oh, yeah? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, wow. And I'm like, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like really softly. And he was like, huh? And then he came in and got the food for like a $20 order. And then the other guys, where are they going? They were literally just sitting in the car with him. There's 3 dudes in a car out camping a restaurant. There's 3 dudes in a car camping a restaurant, bro. And all of a sudden the orders are booming around here because they're delaying all the orders. Yo, my guy, how has the food been sitting a long time?
Yeah.
How long?
Like 20 minutes.
30 minutes? Wow, the food's been sitting 30 minutes here in Montreal. Wow, bro.
The way this guy is so passionately exposing this is just impressive to me. You can tell this guy truly cares about his work because he doesn't want the implication of what the customer is going to believe to end up on him at the end of the day. Because I'll tell you what, I don't think I know how many times my order switches hands from one driver to the next to the next to the next when I order, for the very few times that I do. I just notice who ends up delivering my order. So that guy may get more blame where others don't. As of October 2024, the average hourly pay for a US UberEats driver is $18.75. However, the hourly wage can dramatically shift, but that being said, was creating this entire ordeal worth it just to make a few extra bucks? First off, no, it is not worth it. The amount of time that you committed to that just to increase the value of an order is ridiculous. Second, an UberEats driver making $18.75 an hour is pretty low. But that also said, we don't actually make hourly rates. We are paid for the work we do, not the time we put in. So that's not even an accurate measure. And third, hourly wage. We're not employees, we're independent contractors. The fact that they're choosing to act this way is completely on them. It's not on the rest of us. Probably not, but it's good to beware of moving forward. Next time that order takes longer than you may have hoped to arrive, it may be time to check in and try to do some investigating yourself. Who knows what you may find? Or, at least try to get a refund for waiting too damn long. I hate that I have to say that, actually, because I am the first person to call out refund scammers. And now there's a legitimate reason to do so, because there are groups of drivers playing the game like a scammer, like the group of scammers they are. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me? There you go. Couple of things I would like to note right off the bat. First off, this gentleman. I don't know if it was worth it to call out the guys like this. It did certainly make for a great TikTok, to be honest. The group of people that did pull this scam, those people don't typically last. Or if they do, they're only lasting because they're getting other accounts deactivated all the time. Like at some point, they're gonna run out of accounts that they could rent. Or they're just gonna get caught doing it too often to where even the renters are actually going to get deactivated way too often, which actually may be a good thing. Regardless, I find that gaming the system in this way comes from a mindset of trying to get the wrong people to do the right thing and trying to get them to pay us better, which in reality, that's not a viable strategy that works, especially for gig companies that don't really care about us, which is why I constantly preach things like diversify your gig portfolio and develop an exit strategy, because the only person that's truly going to be able to secure your financial future is you. And one of the best ways you can accomplish that is through the resources found in the Driven Wyld Discord server. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I've partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings. More live streams with high-level professionals in our industry. Educational systems designed to help you build your own dispatch company as well as other scalable opportunities. Whether you're a gig worker looking for more opportunities to earn, or you're looking for an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal, there is something here for you. Check out the link in the description. Get started with making the most amount of money in the least amount of time and in the safest possible way. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.